Okay, the music of Onyeka Owenu. That's the curtain raiser on the program this morning as we welcome you to the special edition of Democracy Day celebration on Oxygen FM 96.9. My name is Tolu Adekboju. And I say good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Ibadan. And everyone, everywhere, you might be listening to us this morning. Today is Democracy Day. And today, we're not just marking a public holiday, we're marking a milestone in the history of our dear nation, Nigeria. 1999 to 2026, 27 whole years of uninterrupted democratic rule. Oh, the long stretch of civilian government in our history as a nation. So the big question we're asking this morning is simple. How has democracy fared? How has democracy fared for you in your homes? How has democracy fared for you in your communities, in my community? How has democracy fared for our institutions? How has it fared in generations to come that has never known military rule? How do we explain to them what do we tell them that we have enjoyed in democracy? Now, to join in this morning's conversation, I'm honored to have guests who have seen democracy from both sides. They've seen it as citizens, they've seen it as politicians, they've seen it as students, as mothers, they've seen it as individuals who have served inside government at one point or the other. My first guest this morning is Mrs. Adekemi Balogun. She's a former member, Ekiti State House of Assembly, representing Ado local government area of Ekiti State. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation on Oxygen FM 96.9. I also have, he represents the youth. And you know, there's no conversation we should be having these days without a representative of young people. Now, we're going to be listening to what young people are saying out there, their hopes, their impression, their opinion about democracy in Nigeria. Mr. Olatunde Oluseyi Daini is an entrepreneur.
Good morning, Nigerians.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning,
Nigeria. All
right.
Thank you for coming to Oxygen FM 96.9.
Thank you so much.
Let's just go straight to the question.
Okay.
If you are an examiner, I'll start with Madam. If you're an examiner and you've been assigned to mark democracy scorecard or report card for Nigeria from 1999 to 2026, how would you grade Nigeria?
Good morning once more. Nice question. I would grade Nigeria is C5.
Wow.
Which is an average.
Well?
Because from where we're coming from, luckily, at least I have seen some years. When you are coming from the military background, it was tough. And we fought.
Tooth and nail.
We fought. June 12. I'm sure some of us here can remember what actually happened. And from then, it started growing to where we are today. You can't write an F9. If you write an F9, that means you have failed and we won't get to this level. You can't even write a P7 or D7. What they call it now is D7.
Yes.
You can't even write a D7 because you have scaled
certain hurdles.
So you give it a C5 and we pray it gets better.
Now, what is your yardstick for scoring that C5?
Like I rightly said, we have scaled some hurdles.
Namely?
Governance. It used to be tough. It used to be me and me alone. Look, come to the southwest. Come to Ibadan. We are in Ibadan. Come to Molete. We know what we are talking about. You might not remember. We remember. You wake up in the morning. I grew up in Okeado here. You wake up in the morning. Say, The weight here. Cases. We have a lot. But now, you can go and pick up your voter's card. Just walk in. I could remember in Ekiti then, you want to pick up voters card.
Who born you?
We were in the opposition then. We would travel in the night. We travel in the, you don't travel in the day. We travel in the night. The convoy, about 60 cars, will be moving together. If your car must not get spoiled, you are in trouble, because everywhere is fire. But now it gets better. Even the so-called opposition, they are friends now. They relate. When you get to the chambers in Abuja, I'm telling you, people say it's like a cult. They come together. It is when they come outside that you know whether one is NPC, one is AFC, one is... But when they get to the chambers, I used to be in the House of Assembly. We will stay there together. We will take the decisions together. It is what pays you. That will pay
you align
me.
with.
We will align, because we need a common factor. We want to collect this thing from the government.
So we must come together to
we
fight
must
it.
come together. We don't have to be we don't have to be selfish, because it won't work. Because the minority leader will say no. It's getting better. We are not there yet. Don't get me wrong. And that was why I said a C5 average.
Mr. Sheidani, he was smiling.
He will not agree.
Shaking his head.
Oh, God.
Please let it out. Let it out.
Good morning, our listeners. Good morning, madam. Yeah, you give it
It's
C5, madam. I will give this democracy D7.
How so?
Why? Because you see, our leaders have failed us totally, not even averagely, totally. Concerning the topic or the issue you just raised, madam, I will not agree that with you, ma. You see, we have taken politics to another dimension whereby you see average Nigerians in poverty. You know, people are not doing well. Even the youth are not doing well.
No
you see,
employment,
no work, no job, nothing. I'm a farmer, for instance. Let me use myself as an example. I'm a farmer. I could remember sometimes last year when they said they wanted to give loan. In a week, I gave my animals feed worth of 140,000 in a week, Monday to Saturday. But they are giving me a loan of 250,000 naira. Wow. After removing their own commission, their cost, 30-something thousand, 32. So I was being given 218,000 naira.
Just enough to feed your animal for a week.
For a week, I will feed my animals 140,000. So come and tell me, that is in the aspect of agriculture. In the aspect of youth empowerment, they are not even giving us average of... Madam, you are saying something now. Compare what our leaders are using, latest things they use.
Cars, the estates, the living, the value of their
compare
properties.
It to what we have in the universities right now in Nigeria. The equipment we are using in our universities now are old equipment, 1940, 1950.
That they themselves used when they were in universities.
When they were there. And they can afford to even buy cars, luxury things, materials, houses, estates with Nigerians' money, Nigerians' fund. What are we talking about? Families that cannot feed. I have a woman working for me. It was yesterday I got to know that this woman will work in 4 places very early in the morning. She will come to the farm as early as 4:30 a.m. to come and do her own parts. Move to another place. She will go and sweep in the filling station. She will go and wash clothes for some people outside just because she has 2 kids in the universities.
Mr. Sheidani, you are approaching a very, 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 very sensitive area. And whether we like it or not, these are issues we need to talk about. Nigerians are suffering, and we are saying that we are celebrating 27 years of unbroken democracy. Please, we'll be back. You want to join in the conversation? The numbers to call are 070-4700-3969, 070-4700-2969. Please call the studio lines. You can join in the conversation. Time Basha Shendara Pomowani Bikibi Tetingbo, Oxygen FM 96.9. Láàárọ̀ òní ètò pàtàkì àgbé àwọn èèyàn gbòógì láàrin àwùjọ wa wá sórí ètò láti wá yànnàná kí ni nǹkan tá à ń ṣe gan lẹ́ni ọjọ́ June 12 àní Nàìjíríà à ń ṣèjọba àwarawa ṣé ìjọba ara wa là ń ṣe ní tòótọ́ àbí a kàn ń tanra wa jẹ ni. Ẹ má gbé kúrò, à ń padà bọ̀ àní pẹ́ dé. Okay, welcoming you back to the program, Oxygen FM 96.9. We're talking June 12. We're talking 27 years of unbroken democratic rule in Nigeria. And just joining us on the program is Professor Soji Adejumo. He's a lecturer of note and long-standing at the University of Ibadan. He was a one-time executive chairman of the Oyo State Universal Basic Education Board and is a politician. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you. Good morning.
Before you came in, we were looking at the scorecard. You are a lecturer. Now, we are giving you the scorecard of Nigeria. Mark this card. How would you rate Nigeria's democracy from 1999 till now?
Well, that's a tough one. Because I wasn't prepared to run a gunshot assessment.
Yeah, don't worry.
But, yeah, you said I'm a teacher. So
Yes.
a teacher can always assess. Yeah. I think our journey so far has not been very good. And if I were to run, maybe put on a scale of 0 to 100, I will want to say that we are just about 30%.
That aligns with what Sheyi has been saying.
I do agree with that
Okay.
because I know him
Okay.
when he was in government. I know him very well. You're looking at me. Yeah.
We don't need to go back to
No.
when
Wait,
anybody's in
listen.
government. We are
Let's
talking
let
about
her land.
Listen, let me talk.
the
Let me
situation
talk.
on ground.
You see, let me talk.
Okay, ma.
You see, it's like I was telling him. I listened to what he said initially. Fine, the youth can be angry.
Aggrieved is the word.
No. They're not supposed to be aggrieved. Let me say
Land,
the reason why I
okay.
said angry. I'm telling you, the home front is in trouble. It is us. I was telling Madam the other time. It is our own
As
myself
parents.
and him.
Generation.
It is our generation. We defaulted. We took things for granted. We made these our young ones. Ìyà tí mo jẹ, ọmọ mi ò ní jẹ.
That's how it's supposed to
No, that's not how it's supposed to be. Ìyàwó la jẹ. That's what I'm asking. Ìyàwó lèmi jẹ tí mi fẹ́ kọ́mọ mi jẹ. I went to school. Yes, I went to Our Ladies here in Ibadan. I grew up in Ibadan. I went to school. My father trained me. Do you understand? I wasn't given extras, but the normal thing, the norm we were given. So why can't I pass that to my son? I won't do that to my son. I will make sure there's a special center for my son to make sure he passes WAEC. I will make sure his JAMB is 201. Listen, let me finish. I will make sure his JAMB is 201, and he will go to a fantastic university. Do you understand? By the time he gets to year 3 or year 4, he's stuck because he can't move further. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. We spoiled them.
Ma.
The few that we did not spoil, they are the ones working. They are the ones moving. They are the ones who are the farmers who are doing the job. Why he's angry? Why he's angry is because he believes what he's doing, his input is not getting what he's supposed to get.
Adequate results.
Yes, why he's not getting the adequate result is because there are no good people to work with him. We didn't train the others well. That is what we are saying. He's like the woman, he said he has 4 jobs. Yeah, the child is in the university. He's working 4 jobs. Why is that woman working 4 jobs? Why? Is it the government that is making her work 4 jobs?
Because there is.
Because she's not lettered. Because education is not sufficient.
How many people that are lettered are getting the jobs?
Because
ma?
they are not properly lettered.
If politicians would tell you now, come on board and tell you that Awolowo, they want to behave
Nobody's
like
talking
Awolowo.
that
I'm
any
coming,
longer.
I'm coming, ma. They are still using it. They are still using
If anybody
Ma,
campaign
they
with
are using
Awolowo
it.
now, that person is
We
a
know
fool.
numbers of people.
Nobody is campaigning with Awolowo now.
I could remember late Professor Owolabi from University of Ibadan. He taught me in philosophy. And I know the way this prof used to tell us a lot of stories. If Professor Owolabi would teach you, Professor Owolabi would use 45 minutes to discuss about the problem of this country before teaching you for 15 minutes. It's late now, Professor Owolabi. But what are the things that we gain from him? Is it the way that Awolowo designed Nigeria to be, or even the late leaders to
That it
be,
is now?
that it is now? We are only using their names to come and campaign. Now, the woman that you are talking about now, you see, you will not leave your children to be suffer.
Like the
Not to
typical
eat.
mother hen.
A typical mother.
Listen.
I was listening. I
we-
listened to my daughter when I came in here now. She was telling me some things. I was supposed to take my daughter out for a birthday on the 31st of May. But up till now, I was just trying to postpone it.
Wow.
So she was, I don't have
There's
the
no
time. I
Time
need
for
to.
what?
Ma,
That's what we are.
no,
That is
I
what
am
we are
coming,
bringing.
ma. I am coming, ma.
Can we give Prof a few minutes to button?
Okay, Prof.
Well, I really don't know if I belong here because the tone of this discussion is a bit puzzling to me. Yes. So, where exactly? Madam started
Now,
something that you
Where
know,
we are coming from?
yeah.
She's called Nigeria
The-
D7.
A C5.
C5.
C5, sorry.
I said it's
Sheyi
average.
scored Nigeria D7. And obviously Prof scored Nigeria F9.
Yes.
Yes, that's
30.
an F9.
Yes.
That's an F9.
Yes. Failed.
Now, that is not where I'm going. Where I'm going is that what exactly is the crux, of this discussion?
Is
Because I can see so much heat, but I really don't know what we are.
the young man has taken it personal. He said, our leaders have not done well.
They have failed us totally.
That is coming from that background. And Madam is saying, no, our leaders have not failed us. That we are in the right direction, moving forward. Although the development may be slow, but we are on the path.
Yes, Nigeria is a tragic case study, because when we attempt to move like 5 paces forward, then we for no reason move 2 paces backwards. And that is really where we got it wrong. If we're able to sustain our development, if we're able to sustain the progress made, then we will be developing, we will be progressing. In the area of whether we feel the youths, or we have collectively, failed ourselves, that's purely academic, because it's the orientation. The youths actually got somehow the orientation wrong too. And when the orientation is wrong,
That's where Madam is coming from.
you see, when the orientation is wrong, and it is now accompanied by a sense of undeserved entitlement, the youths are actually exhibiting a sense of undeserved entitlement. When you try, in certain instances, to enforce some level of discipline, the resentment, the rebellion
from the youth.
Yeah, from the youth too, can stall things. And it is only when, maybe Madam T is right, where you decide that together we will collectively sacrifice. Because it is not easy for a youth to see somebody with a fleet of cars in his garage, 20, 30 Lexus, Prados, and all that.
Which costs so much.
Yes, costs so much money. And he's telling them to persevere. Are you getting it?
Yes.
When you're running a country where you see the wealth of the country just captured by less than 1%
Of the population.
of the population, and it is stupendous wealth, then the youths have a right to feel abandoned. But what opportunities really have we seriously created for them? I had a 2-hour discussion with a serving minister in this administration, and the question I asked him was, do you think our education, the way it is designed, can help these young ones? We are stagnant, we are static. But you are happy to send your own children abroad. For education, Nigeria cannot provide here. But you have the personnel trained from Nigeria providing such education there. And it is not rocket science to know the outcome of such a journey. Where in Nigeria do you have a university that even teaches more than the mundane? We are teaching courses, 3/4 of which AI will take over in the next 20-30 years.
Definitely.
Have you revamped our curriculum to make our youth self-sufficient, to make them confident enough to say, look, I want to blaze this world. I don't know. Why do I just go for masters and all funny postgraduate? It's because that they have no options.
Yes.
Why are universities being established just to be doing business administration, mass communication, things that you can run by AI?
Definitely.
And I told that minister, I said, unless you go back to the core principles of development, where you will encourage innovation, where you will encourage creativity. How many degrees did Elon Musk acquire? How many degrees did Bill Gates acquire? But they were able to see the future. They saw, what I've learned so far in coding, I can take it now to the garage of my parents and we can expand it. I've seen young ones abroad. You have how many laptops here? Maybe 1 or 2.
Yes, sir.
I've seen people of 18, 19 in some countries abroad. In their own parents' home, they have networked about 10 laptops. 19 years of age. And when they walk and I peep, they say, no. What you are doing is, yes, 1920. Those are the rocket scientists of the future. All the aircraft flying in this world, how many Nigerians can say, I have my input in the software that is flying on those aircraft? I will pay millions of naira to buy the ticket to enter those aircraft.
No.
Are you getting it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So that is our problem.
That is our problem. But what do we do about this problem? Are we going to just watch and let it continue like that? 27 years on, we are saying democracy. Is it, okay, this problem, is it about democracy? Is it about the people? Is it about government? Is it about the people we are electing into power? Who exactly is responsible for these failures? Prof, you have highlighted so many.
You know what is responsible?
Yes, sir.
is because we run a country that lives on, you see, Stone Age, I would say, mentality. The oxygen that not the oxygen of your
Station.
the oxygen that fires governance in Nigeria is based on ridiculous, mundane qualifications. I've seen instances where you will see a head of state. Are you getting it? Where you see a head of state in Nigeria appointing somebody who used to run errands for him to maybe buy him anytime anytime he arrives in London, is the one who takes him around, doing cabby for him, run around for him. Then because the head of state, it makes him a minister. Even in this current administration, we have instances like that. But you forget that not every politician is qualified to hold high office. You need to go outside the pool, look into this society. If you cannot, ask people in society, we have a challenge, we want to meet this challenge. Who are the brains that can help us?
I keep telling people that politics is totally different from governance.
Yeah.
There are clear-cut differences. But unfortunately, in this country, we have mixed both together. Because somebody is a fantastic politician does not mean you'll be a good administrator, a government administrator.
Yes.
Madam, please.
Yeah, you have said the truth. You understand? You have said the truth. But let's ask ourselves. I am a politician. He is a politician. When we had access to the government, what were our efforts? Do you understand? When I was in the House of Assembly as chairman of education, I won't take that glory. It's not for me. I'll give it to the state. We fought to a standstill those who had special centers. What do you do in special centers? You and I know. They became a mafia working against, and we said, no, none of your students will be registered for WAEC. Because a child will leave SS1, SS2. They will get there, they will write WAEC.
Pass WAEC.
Pass WAEC.
By any means possible.
They will. They read them the answers because they pay. They read them the answers. That's what I agree with what he said. When we don't pick the right people for it. Yes, it happens. Do you understand? But we can't, for that, let there be a standstill. We keep on working at it. Look at federal universities. Look at federal government colleges. There was a time I worked at federal government college. Something happened. I was shocked. We were to go to Lagos. We were still at Lagos then, not Abuja. Lagos then. And I was appointed, So I had to go and collect my letter of appointment. So when we got there, we got to a room. In that room, we had officers sitting down. You go, okay, what is your subject? You say your subject you are going to teach. Do you understand? They look at it. Oh, okay, nice. Your school. They put the school. So I was looking at it. And the subject I was to teach, I saw 6 teachers. They had no single teacher in that school for that particular subject. And they said 6 teachers are there already. And that one said, kilo tu fellowship, teachers may follow one bed. I said, no, ma. Those people had names. They gave them qualifications. They were paying their salaries. 6 ghost workers. For years. I couldn't go back to the school to accuse the principal. I couldn't go back to accuse the bursar because the bursar brings in the salary, the principal signs the salary. So it must have been a
joint
because
work.
I just got a job. So must I go and scatter the? I kept quiet. 6, and that is only my own subject. God knows other subjects. That is Nigeria. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So because I just finished NYSC youth, how old was I? 22, 23. And the idea from home is that Otirishe, So must I go and tell my father pé ebi ole ṣiṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n burú o
corruption one bell.
corruption wà ńbẹ̀ o. No, till I left.
You're talking about years ago.
Back. So that is what we are saying. It is entrenched. And we need to be careful. We need to try and start pulling it out, but it takes a while. So with him, agreeing with him that Akabi was given a ministerial, of course, that's if that can happen, if what I'm saying can happen,
then that is
that's even
easier.
At least he actually worked. He actually worked. These 6 didn't do anything.
They are not doing anything. Sheikh, Prof said something that youth, we are exhibiting this habit of entitlement. What would you say to that?
Prof, thank you so much, sir.
Because he aligned with your thoughts mostly.
I know you aligned with my thoughts anyway, but even if we don't want to say much, with what you have just said, Prof, you have nailed it. But if I should talk, a lot of things may, this place may shake.
That is the problem with you youth. You say
And
you should talk.
okay.
Please talk.
Now, Prof,
Please talk.
part of the problem we youths are facing with the great leaders and all that here, with the leaders here, with our leaders here, is because we notice that everything bounced back on
The youth.
the youths.
How?
And it is from our leaders, our so-called leaders in this country. You see, there's something that we believe in, policies. How would you expect a country like Nigeria, by now, we cannot run election through online, internet, and all that, and you are expecting the primary school students, secondary school students to go for
CBT
exams. Last week, they were writing, I think they wrote probably a Greek. I saw students coming out around 7:30 to 8 from the bush in Alabata, Akinyele local government. In fact, one of the students even fell inside that drainage there that I happened to help to move out. But our government are not ready to do their own part. Are we the one that will go and do those things for them? We are not. We are not. We are not in the system. Thank God I have a friend who is also a youth,
that's
politician.
Where I'm coming to.
So
Mr. Michael Gushino is just
maybe
joining
we
us.
are going to do one or two things now.
Michael Gushino, yeah, we are welcome to the conversation.
Yes, good morning, and I'm so very glad to be here. Nigerians, happy Democracy Day.
Happy Democracy Day.
Yes,
now,
and
here,
now
I'm speaking for Nigerians now.
On the panel session, I have very esteemed people that I love and adore so much. Baba, Prof. Well done. All right, so let's go.
Taking a cue from where you just started from, Happy Democracy Day. I can hear somebody saying at home, what is happy about this Democracy Day? So tell us.
There's a lot to be thankful of, right? There's quite a lot to be thankful of. We didn't start this way. We started this particular democracy. We started in 1999, the Fourth Republic. And don't forget that this adopting June 12 as our day for democracy, they happened during Buhari. And in commemoration of the fairest and the fairest election we had in this country, the June 12 Abiola's election. And so that means that we recognize the fact that in particular the Nigerians came out in their numbers to vote. And beautifully enough, one of the major persons that participated and played a very indelible role in that election is here with us in the studio, Baba Prof. Adejumo. Now played a very active role in the election. And so we know that my father told me I wasn't old enough. Just about 2 years old then. I wasn't old enough to participate in that election, right? But my father told me everything that happened. My uncles told me everything that happened. And since I started participating in politics, I have seen that our democracy is actually improving day by day. And people have told me that I know what I'm saying. You know, some persons have said, and I've said that look at it, let's subject it to deep reasoning and common sense. 1999, when we had the Fourth Republic, we had Oyo State, for example, we had Lamade Shino as the governor. We had Yola Ladokun as the deputy governor. We had people like Dr. Moronkola Thomas, Mabakwe Ekun, and people like that. And see how we have evolved from 1999 to this particular time. Look at the kind of voters that we're having. Look at the sophistication that has now permitted our elections. At some point, it was just, in fact, in 2007, Morrissey was saying that there's a particular panel, the West panel, that says that the 2007 election was rigged, was massively rigged. You know, even the president then, Yaradua, said that the election that brought him in was was a very funny election.
Irregularities.
Yes. And then you have 2011, Jonathan brought in card reader, smart card readers, and they went from smart card readers to now having beavers. You know, so which means that things keep getting better. And go and look at the kind of persons that are showing interest in politics. You know, while I was coming in, I met my Igbo talking about something very interesting. He said he was talking about young persons don't have access. Let me tell you, this country has been very fair to young persons. Unfortunately, the young persons have not shown the patriotism.
Are you
expected.
saying it from the point of view of the fact that you are opportune?
No.
Or you have access to people in power and you are given the opportunity.
So let me tell you something. I'm first a Nigerian before my political leanings. And you see, for me, before I became currently I'm the PRO of the PDP in Oyo State. Before I became the PRO of the PDP in Oyo State, I was a youth leader for 4 years. The state youth leader for 4 years. So I led the youth of this state for 4 years. And which means that youth of the ruling party means that you get to interface with every facet. And before I also became youth leader, in this particular state, I have led Students' Union. I've been part of both local and international youth organizations. I have sat on the board of several youth bodies. I can tell you for a fact that, okay, for example, we've had a 27-year-old commissioner. Currently, our commissioner for the university is 31 years old. In this particular state, we had people like Egbon, Dakbala Madeshino, go to the House of Reps at the very early 30s. We've had Lumido Jerindi, go to the House of Reps. In fact, we've had Egbon Said Fujabi, go to the House of Reps at early 30s. Do you get it? In this particular state, we've had a 39-year-old testing for Larry, go to the Senate and become a Senate leader. In this particular country, we've had Dimeji Bankole, a bachelor, when he became Speaker of Reps. Koda, we've had Ahim Payozahim, a 39-year-old guy, become a Senate president of this country. You know, so what I'm saying is that over the years, if you look at the kind of commitment that that we have given to the youth of this nation, right? And you know what I'm saying might not be agreed by a lot of persons, but truth of the matter is that the young persons of this country too, they've also not shown capacity, they've also not shown courage, they've also not shown. And if there's any message, and I'm sharing this with my people, my close circle early today, I told them that see the reward, or let me say that the glory, right, of the importance, the significance of this date, June 12th, that has become forever immersed in Nigeria's story, right? The signal of this day that young person must rise and take this nation and understand that we really, really own this future. Let me explain in this particular way. I was speaking to some friends yesterday, and then I said that 2035 is election year, right?
Yes.
We are hoping that by the grace of God, 2035, 9 years from now.
9 years from now.
Yes, it's election year, right? And I started this particular concept last year, 10 years ago. So what I did was I just added 10 years to my current age and said in the next 10 years, there is no way they will call a young man and I'll say I'm part of them anymore. In the next 10 years, in the next 9 years now, there's no way they will call youth and I'm part of it anymore. Truth of the matter is that while we are still here, what are we doing for the nation? Are we just following politicians blindly? Have we grown beyond our parochial, primordial sentiments? Are we done with the politics of ethnicity, religion, and things like that? And you see, the young persons of this country, they are the ones in the house. I wrote a book many years ago, and then I said it that poverty is a weapon. And this weapon is very veritable in the hands of our leaders. So they know how to make Nigerian youth perpetually poor, so that when they give them a crumb, look, for example, look at what's happening in the Ekiti State. As I speak to you, it's about Edaoniyo, the local government. There are about 47 persons. For over 51 days, they have been at the den of the kidnappers. over 51 days. That same local government, just 2 weeks ago, the vice chairman of the local government planned their own abduction.
You are not too sure what you are saying. I'm from Ekiti State.
Well, down New York.
Politician in Ekiti State.
Down New York. In Ilejemeje local government. That's what I'm saying, and I'm sure of this one. Now, people were kidnapped, right? And the youth of the particular place, I have some of them on my status. Some of them are my friends. And then when you look at what they are, the kind of things they are saying, I'm saying, can you guys reduce the tune of politics and see how you can bring out these persons in the kidnappers then? So I'm saying that the young persons who should be the hope of this nation, they are the ones that have become tool in the hands of politicians, because we really don't understand that this country ultimately belongs to us. For example, I have known Prof. Adejuma since I was a boy. Since I was a boy, before we started anything called leadership in this state, right? And if you are talking about the future of your state, Daddy's role has become advisory. Simply advisory. It cannot become an active participant in that conversation.
Not anymore.
Because there's if all things being equal, in the next 10 years, Daddy should be at home and saying, and your boy is boy one, you should not be an active player in the system. But in the next 10 years,
if he wants to, he will not be able to.
Because of his strength and age. You know, and that is the truth. I'm saying that the young people that should understand that in 5 years we're going to be involved in taking active decisions.
Shay, please. This is Mike Ogunshono. He's also a young man.
Yeah.
Shay, please respond. Let's leave the adults now.
Okay.
He has raised a lot of issues. What are young people doing?
Michael
Are we just laid back,
Michael said
wanting
something
them
about
to do something for
Michael
us?
said something about politicians using we youths. Okay.
And we are allowing ourselves.
I'm not part of you. How old am I? I'm just 22. Okay. So what are you talking about?
We'll take a break now. We'll take a break from the news and we'll be back. Please hold your thoughts, Shay. The news is coming in Yoruba. We'll take a break, and when we come back, the conversation will continue. It's still Oxygen FM 96.1, 96.9. Tẹ́yìn bá ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa, iléeṣẹ́ Oxygen FM 96.9 la ṣe wà. Ẹ lè darapọ̀ mọ́ wa pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọ̀nyí 07047003969 07047002969. Ẹ máa gbà wá kálọ.
Tomorrow, living more love between looks for a brighter day.
Can you handle this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it up, cause it's getting heavy.
I know the place.
And this how we gonna do it. So crazy right now. Your station, your heartbeat. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Oxygen 96.9 FM rédíò tó milẹ̀ tìtìtì ọ̀gánic kan láwùjọ òkúta ilé rédíò tó ní ẹ̀mí titun ibẹ̀ láti sọ̀rọ̀ ìmọ̀ àti ìlera pẹ̀lú ìdàgbàsókè fún gbogbo ènìyàn má gbé kúrò kókà Oxygen 96.9 FM Oxygen 96.9 FM wọ́n bẹ̀ ní ọkàn ilẹ̀ Ìbàdàn sí gbogbo lẹ́kàrọ̀ òjíire Oxygen 96.9 FM fún ìròyìn tó péye lọ́pọ̀lọpọ̀ eré ìdárayá àtòrin lóríṣiríṣi Oxygen 96.9 FM níbi tí ìmọ̀ tó ti ń di agbára Oxygen 96.9 FM.
ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí mo kí yín ẹ kú àtàárọ̀ èyí ni àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí tó ń dé sétí gbọ́ yín láti ìkànnì Oxygen 96.9 FM tá a fìdí kalẹ̀ sí ibùdó ìmọ̀ lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ilé epo Dove Òkè Àdó Ìbàdàn ṣáájú ẹ gbọ́ àwọn kókó tó wà nínú ìròyìn náà. ààrẹ Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu ti bá gbogbo ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà sọ̀rọ̀ fún àyájọ́ pọ̀pọ̀ṣìnṣìn ọdún ìjọba àwarawa. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fi kún akitiyan rẹ̀ fún ẹ̀kọ́ tó ṣe é múyangàn láwùjọ. Ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ṣe kìlọ̀kìlọ̀ fún àwọn ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ láti má ṣe àdéhùn alálàáfíà pẹ̀lú àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí àti àwọn adìhámọ́ra ajínigbé. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ebonyi ti kọtí ọ̀gbọ́n sí àhesọ ọ̀rọ̀ kan èyí tó ń jà rìnrìn wípé òun bu ọwọ́ lu bílíọ̀nù 26 náírà. Lónìí tó ń ṣe ọjọ́ 12 oṣù kẹfà ọdún tí a wà yìí tó tún ṣe àyájọ́ pọ̀pọ̀ṣìnṣìn ìjọba àwarawa lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí, ààrẹ orílẹ̀‐èdè Nàìjíríà bá àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀‐èdè yìí sọ̀rọ̀ láfẹ̀mọ́jòyè yìí léyìí tó fi ń ṣe àyájọ́ ọjọ́ náà, èyí tí a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ ìṣèjọba àwarawa láti ọjọ́ 29 oṣù karùn-ún ọdún 1999. Ààrẹ ní gbogbo ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí ti yan àwọn adarí láti pàṣẹ ìbò èyí tó ń ṣe àlàáfíà nínú pẹ̀lú ìṣepọ̀rọ̀pọ̀ agbára àti yíyanjú gbóngbòngbòn nílé ẹjọ́ tó wà ní ìbámu pẹ̀lú òfin. Ààrẹ ó ṣàì mẹ́nubà ètò ìdìbò tó ń bọ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì àti ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀ṣun. Bákan náà ni ààrẹ rọ gbogbo àwọn elétò ìdìbò àti àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò pẹ̀lú àwọn ẹgbẹ́ òṣèlú láti fàyè gba ìdìbò alálàáfíà tí ò ní ẹ̀jà ń bákan nínú. Ààrẹ Tinubu pàrọwà fún àwọn ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin, àwọn tó wà lágbọ́nrin ètò ìdájọ́, àwọn oníròyìn àti àwọn tó wà ní ìletò lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí wípé kí wọ́n lè ṣe àtakò sí òun àti àwọn ìgbésẹ̀ tí òun bá ń ṣe, àmọ́ kí àtakò wọn kó má ṣe àkóbá ńláńlá fún ètò ìṣèjọba àwarawa lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. Ààrẹ ní ìjínigbé tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ àti Borno, a sì nírètí pé àwọn èèyàn náà máa padà sí ilé wọn láyọ̀ àti àlàáfíà láìpẹ́. Bákan náà ni ààrẹ ó ṣàì mẹ́nubà ètò ọrọ̀ ajé èyí tí ò lọ déédé àti ètò ìdákúrekú iná ìjọba lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí, àti wípé gbogbo bí nǹkan ṣe ń lọ yìí gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa gbàgbára ọ̀tun. Lákòótán ààrẹ fi àmì ẹ̀yẹ dá àwọn ògbóǹtarìgì èèkàn òṣèlú kan lọ́lá láti fi mọ rírì ipa ribiribi tí wọ́n kó lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí. Bí ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ṣe ń ṣe fíàgan ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ló mú kí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fi kún akitiyan rẹ̀ lójúkọ̀nà àti mú ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ilẹ̀ yìí gboríyìn láti pàṣẹ ìbáṣepọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn tí wọ́n mọ̀ ti fún tẹ̀dọ̀ ẹ̀kọ́ tó yè kooro ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Àjọṣepọ̀ tó gúnmọ́ yìí wáyé níbi ìpàdé ọlọ́jọ́ mẹ́ta kan tó ní ṣe pẹ̀lú ètò ẹ̀kọ́ ńbàdàn, léyìí tí iléeṣẹ́ kan tó gbajúgbajà tó ń tẹ̀wé Accessible Publishers Limited tó wà nílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn ṣe agbátẹrù ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ Room to Read. Wọ́n ṣe àpèjúwe ìpàdé yìí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ohun tí ó mú ìlọsíwájú bá ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ nípasẹ̀ ètò ẹ̀kọ́ rẹ̀ láti mú ìtẹ̀síwájú bá ètò ẹ̀kọ́ náà látara akitiyan gómìnà Olúwaṣèyí Abíọ́dún Mákindé níbi ìpàdé náà. Lẹ́ni tó jẹ́ alága fún ètò ẹ̀kọ́ gbogbogbò dókítà Nurenin Adéníran ti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ìkúnlọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ fún ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ lójúpọ̀nà àti mú ètò ẹ̀kọ́ tó mú yányán wá sí ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí ti ké sí àwọn ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ láti dẹ́kun à ń tọwọ́ bọ ìwé àdéhùn alálàáfíà pẹ̀lú àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí àti àwọn adìmọ̀hárà ogun agbébọn nítorí irúfẹ́ ìgbésẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lè dàbí ìfìdímúlẹ̀ àti ìfẹsẹ̀rinlẹ̀ ìwà jàgídíjàgan. Àwọn aṣòfin náà sọ fún àwọn ọlọ́pàá àti àwọn ẹ̀ṣọ́ aláàbò tó ń rí sí ẹ̀rọ ayélujára láti ṣàwárí arákùnrin ajínigbé kan tí ó gbajúgbajà lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbáraẹnisọ̀rọ̀ TikTok. Àwọn aṣòfin náà sọ wípé púpọ̀ nínú wọn ń ṣe àfihàn bíbuwọ́lù ohun tí ò bá òfin mu àti láti ṣe ìtànká ìwà ìbàjẹ́ tí ṣe jàgídíjàgan. Bákan náà ni wọ́n tún ń fi owó láti fi tan ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí jẹ léyìí tí ó ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tí ò bófin mu. Ọ̀kan nínú àwọn aṣòfin tí orúkọ rẹ̀ ń jẹ́ Sunday Karimu láti ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ tí ó ń ṣe ojú fún ní ìpínlẹ̀ Kogi ń ló sọ̀rọ̀ yìí di mímọ̀ tó sì gbé àbá náà síwájú ilé láti lè fi òpin sí irúfẹ́ ìgbésẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kí àbá náà kó lè bá a di òun. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ebonyi láti pàṣẹ ẹni tó jẹ́ olùdámọ̀ràn pàtàkì ẹ̀ Leo Ekene Oketa ti ṣàpèjúwe ọ̀rọ̀ kan tó wípé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ náà ti bu ọwọ́ lu owó kan tó tó bílíọ̀nù 26 náírà fún títún ilé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ náà tó wà l'Àbújá ṣe. Oketa ní kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ àti pé àhesọ ọ̀rọ̀ lásán ni ọ̀rọ̀ ìjọba àṣeyọ̀rọ̀ lásán ni. Ní àkànṣe ètò èyí tó ń lọ ní ilé-iṣẹ́ wa Oxygen 96.9 FM tí wọ́n ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ rẹ̀ láti bu ọlá fún àyájọ́ ọjọ́ ìṣèjọba àwarawa. Ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n Sọjí Adéjùmọ̀ tí wọ́n fìgbà kan jẹ́ alága fún ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ìdàgbàsókè àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ní ọdún 1999 sí ọdún 2002 ni wọ́n ti ṣe ìgbéléwọ̀n fún ìṣèjọba àwarawa ní èyí tó ń lọ bíi ìdá 30 péré nínú ojú ìwòye ẹ̀ pàápàá jùlọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ tó ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn ọ̀dọ́. Ó wá ṣàlàyé wípé bí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kan ṣe ń gbé ìgbésí ayé aláìnítumọ̀ tí àwọn ìjọba yìí tí wọn ò sì rí nǹkan ṣe sí rárá. Nígbà tó ń fi ojú lámẹ̀tọ́ wo bí ọ̀rọ̀ náà ti ṣe ń lọ àti àwọn ìrírí ẹ̀ abilékọ Tolúlọpẹ́ Adéjùmọ̀ náà ṣe àlàyé wípé lórílẹ̀‐èdè yìí bí àwọn kan bí wọ́n ṣe mú ètò ẹ̀ka iṣẹ́ ìjọba àti iṣẹ́ ìjọba tí wọ́n yìí ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n da ojú ẹ̀ bolẹ̀ àti ìlànà tí wọ́n gbà ṣe àwọn iṣẹ́ ilé iṣẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ léyìí tí ò dáa tí ò sì bá ojúmu léyìí tó ń pè fún kí ìjọba tètè wá ojútùú àti àtúnṣe sí i. Àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn ọjọ́ kan rí kò ní jù báyìí lọ àmọ́ kí n tó máa lọ ẹ gbọ́ àwọn kókó tó wà nínú ìròyìn náà lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí i. Ààrẹ orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà Bọ́lá Ahmed Tinubu bá gbogbo ọmọ orílẹ̀-èdè yìí sọ̀rọ̀ láfẹ̀mọ́jú yìí. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ fi kún akitiyan rẹ̀ fún ẹ̀kọ́ tó yè kooro ní ìpínlẹ̀ náà. Ilé ìgbìmọ̀ asòfin ṣe kìlọ̀kìlọ̀ fún àwọn ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ láti má ṣe àdéhùn alálàáfíà pẹ̀lú àwọn agbésùmọ̀mí àti àwọn adìhámọ́ra. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ebonyi ti ní kò sí òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kankan nínú ọ̀rọ̀ tí àwọn kan tí wọ́n ń sọ káàkiri wípé òun buwọ́ lu owó kan tó ń tó bíi bílíọ̀nù 26 náírà. Àkójọpọ̀ ìròyìn náà kò ní jù báyìí lọ láti kàn ní Oxygen 96.9 FM. Ọláwálé Akínwùmí ló mú wá ṣe ètè gbọ̀yìn. Ètò wa ó ṣì ń tẹ̀síwájú. Ẹ̀ ǹlẹ́ ń bẹ̀rùn ẹ kú kalẹ̀.
Fisílẹ̀ má gbé kúrò yí sókè jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ máa gbọ́ Oxygen 96.9 FM Ìbàdàn.
Idan muna magana sa mutum ya yi dariya, ka yi magana kuma ku fahimci gaskiya da koyar mata harshe yadda za ka fahimta. Ilimin gishirin rayuwa shiri ne da za ku saurara a tashar motsa yanku Oxygen 96.9 FM. Muna nan Okiyado Ibadan a duk ranar Juma'a a daidai karfe 8 zuwa 9 na dare da 'yar gidanku masoyanku Lurati Amarya Tijjani magajiya lamba 1 a wannan rediyo mai albarka Oxygen 96.9 FM. Ilimi gishirin rayuwa. Ku ci gaba da sauraro. Ku ci gaba da sauraro.
Fisílẹ̀ má gbé kúrò yí sókè jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ máa gbọ́ Oxygen 96.9 FM Ìbàdàn.
When the day goes down, the stress fades. We turn the sound up, the music takes over. Hot gist that has the internet buzzing. Laughs that melt the day away.
This is the Drive Time Show. Music? Check. Entertainment news? Check. Gist? Double check.
On Oxygen FM 96.9.
Ibadan, are you ready? Ndị Igbo bi n'Ibadan. Oge eruola. A brand new cultural, educational, and entertaining radio experience is coming your way on Oxygen 96.9 FM. Introducing Nzuko Ndị Igbo, Ụlọ Ndị Igbo n'Ibadan. Every Friday from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. with Uchechukwu Nwafọ. Get ready for exciting Igbo language learning, Igbo words and sentences of the day, powerful proverbs and wisdom, business tips and strategies, community stories, culture, music, fun, and real conversations in our beautiful Igbo language. Whether you are Igbo, Yoruba, or from any tribe at all, if you want to learn, connect, laugh, grow, and feel at home, Nzuko Ndị Igbo is the place to be. Ndị ahịa, ụmụ akwụkwọ, ndị ọrụ, ụmụnna anyị niile gather here every Friday. Ka anyị mụta asụsụ anyị, ka anyị kwalite omenala anyị, ka anyị jikọọ ọnụ dịka otu. Nzukọ Ndị Igbo, nke a bụ ụlọ anyị.
Broadcasting live and loud. Be informed, inspired, be ignited. The Knowledge Hub. Oxygen FM 96.9. Okiyado, Ibadan. Don't touch that down.
Spin around the block everywhere you go.
Your heartbeat. Oxygen FM 96.9 Ibadan.
Yes, we're still on that music. One love, keep us together as we celebrate 27 long years of democratic governance in Nigeria. Mike, you said so many things. You said a lot. Michael Gushino, the publicity secretary of the PDP in Oyo State, he said a lot of issues. He has raised a lot of issues that young people should take note, should, take a cue from today's conversation. But on the other hand, Prof is taking the fall for the adult generation. And the fact that there is no pathway, there is no roadmap. Yes, the adults, they've been in this journey for quite a long time. And we keep saying, youth, we are not engaging in the, what are the roadmap? What is this pathway that you have created for young people to follow? You understand? Prof, please.
Yes, I'll give an example. You see, I attended the Grammar School. I was there from 1968 to 1974, where I passed out after my higher school.
HSC.
HSC. But for about 5-6 years, I was the school organist, the school pianist. I didn't read music. I'm a scientist. I'm a professor of animal science. But for almost 50 years, I've been into music. Organist as church, instrumentalist and all of that. And it has helped me. Now, myself and about 6 other, I'm the only person in Nigeria, 6 other former schoolmates. We met somewhere in America about a year and a half ago. And we said, the way Nigeria is going, we need to give our youth opportunities for ways of creating productive future for themselves. And all of us were looking at our specialties. And I said, let's start with music. Is music even taught again in our schools anymore? People look at it that, music, I want to watch music, kilo fefiche. But we felt in these days where our youths have to be creative, have to be empowered. People make a lot of money now from digital music. They make a lot of money from all aspects of music. So we said, let's create a music foundation for Ibadan Grammar School. That's how I'm going. And we got together. We started raising funds. I think by now we've raised about $12,000 or $15,000. Then I went to meet the Commissioner for Education, the current Commissioner for Education, and the chairperson of TESCOM. And I said, we want to bring music back to Grammar School, into this curriculum. Find us teachers. Most of the teachers that had BA music and all of that, they are in various school teaching history and economics and Yoruba and other subjects. So they said they will curate and find us teachers. And what we are trying to do, we are buying instruments, pianos, synthesizers, violin, saxophone. A piano is about 4 million naira. Yes. A good piano. We are investing about 25 million. And we are getting secure facilities for them. And we are also bringing in external teachers, external consultants. Yes. To teach. So that at the end of the day, whether the child wants to study physics or mathematics or engineering, this child will be multi-qualified in certain aspects of life. I have a son who made the first class in artificial intelligence and robotics from a university in the United Kingdom. But he runs the mainframe or the music architecture for his church. And at times when he sent, that's why I got my inspiration from. He would send me certain things. Say, look, I did all of this. I said, look, there are about 18 instruments on this track. He said, yes. He said, I did everything. And he's even selling them to film studios and soundtracks. That's all of that. And I said, you even make more money
than
what you're doing.
Yes, than what you're studying. And I said, we must create that opportunity for students of our grammar school. If, God willing, we're able to raise more funds, we can escalate it and say, okay, let's have 2 or 3 other schools. And we are not going to limit these children to taking the NECO, WAEC exams. We are also registering them for other affiliated examinations so that when they leave, whether he's an archaeologist or he's a geologist or he's a doctor, he has certain things too. In their times, streams of income. We have opportunities to create the same in mining. We have opportunities to create the same in designs beyond the school environment. And that's why I said that it is our responsibility. And that's why I keep telling people in government that when we take this education curriculum, national curriculum, which is an insult to our intelligence, the same national curriculum in the last 20-25 years. NRDC will say they reveal nothing. And I said, let it take charge of its own education. Take that national as a minimum. And then build on it. So that we want children of Oyo State to be outstanding. We want them to come up and we say, no wonder these are products of Oyo State. That is why they are able to
doing
excel.
excellently well.
That's why they are coding. That's why they are able to prepare certain software for the police to track bandits. And look, these things are not rocket science. No university right now teaches the major courses that can help our children in the next 30 years.
So,
yes.
That is the
baseline truth.
Yes,
the baseline truth
is the home truth. Is the home truth. Many of high profile courses, high profile curriculum that our children should be teaching.
They are in private
They can only
universities.
learn it maybe by YouTube. And when you go on YouTube to learn those courses, you see that they are run by Indians, Chinese,
Indians and Chinese.
Yes, that's a shame. Because our own students here, they are far more intelligent. We only need to create a path for them to achieve
Which we have not done.
Potential, which we have not done.
27 years of democratic governance. Madam, that was where you started from.
That was where I started from. That it is our own generation
that failed this generation.
That is responsible for what they are facing. But I think we are identifying it now. We can pick, they can pick it up from there. Sincerely, let me tell you something. My brother mentioned something that in the next 10 years, we are going to be tired.
Whether you like it or not.
I'm already tired anyway. But are they ready? Are they ready? Because like I told him, if you pick 20 youths, 20 guys of his age, okay, there's this farm. Please go oversee the poultry aspect. You will find only 2 coming back tomorrow.
What do others want to do?
We all know.
I understand you, madam. Now, the issue of you picking 20 youths depends on what the government or our leaders provide for us. Now, if you have a farm where you produce 100 crates of eggs in a day, and you have youths who are working there and knows that, at the end of every week, I am going home with a certain amount of money.
They will stay there.
They will stay.
No, sir.
If I now, like my own farm, I own my own farm, and I am fortunate to be into piggery. As I'm speaking to you, I am planning to even stop the business.
Why?
Thank you. I've been running this piggery farm even right from when my father was at the age of 55 till my father died 3 years ago at the age of 81. Now
it has not grown.
My own now, is it the feeding alone? How will I be able to feed over 100 animals, pig, with 140,000 naira in a week? Where am I getting the fund from? Then what is the market value for what I am doing? What is the contribution of the government towards what I am doing, I am coming. In some developed countries, we know that once you go to farm like that, there is a place or there is a store where you can sell your products back to the government. The government will know what to do about it. But do we have that in Nigeria here?
That is the
Do we
government
have?
that needs it. If Oyo
Are you
State does
telling
not
me-
need wait, if Oyo State
Ma-
does not need a piggery,
No, I'm not talking of Oyo State. Even
let's
generally.
let's we are all in Oyo State now. Let's start with Oyo. I'm not. It's not that I'm blackmailing this
There
state.
is
No.
the-
We are just talking generally now. If they don't have a need for it,
okay.
If they don't see a future in it,
Okay.
because you have a piggery, it does not mean the government must fund you.
No.
Madam, I know what he's talking about.
I don't understand what he's talking about.
I am.
Prof is into animal science.
You see, I'm an animal scientist.
Okay.
And piggery has one of my core disciplines. I even teach it. Pig production in the university at all levels. Okay. So I know the beginning and end. I know his pains. I know what he's talking about. And that is the problem we have in this country.
Maybe let him explain better.
I'm coming, madam. I'm coming. It's not
Prof wants to help me.
You see, it's not just. It's not just piggery.
I know.
Even poultry,
everything.
even cattle. You see, government has not provided the backbone. I'll tell you this: nowhere in the world, you see, we are subsidizing what we are not supposed to be subsidizing.
Subsidizing.
We spent years subsidizing petrol. We spent years subsidizing nonsense when we should spend years subsidizing. You see, the backbone
Of the economy.
of productive economy of poultry. When your cost of production far exceeds what you derive from it, when you cannot go into a specialized financial gateway of government to protect you, then you're definitely going to fold up. So when he said he's running a piggery, I'm waiting for him to let me know when he will pack it up. At the current at the current situation in this country, which I know very, very well. I'll give you an example. I have a friend. I was telling him about 4 years ago, come and buy property, come and buy land in Ibadan, here. He said no, he wants to invest in agriculture. And in 4 years, he spent 800 million naira. And I know every naira he has spent, 800 million. Now he's stuck. We are trying to reach out to federal government for some minimum facilities over land clearing. Because you even want to clear 600 acres of land, you need about 300 million naira. Yes. You need about 300 million. What are you going to recover from it? If you plant maize on 600 acres of land, you on paper, you say, I can make 200 million naira. Is a lie. So the bottom line is those are challenges which we need the appropriate manpower to do it. Not by taking somebody who was your organizer, or who was a houseboy, and make him minister or something. But if you make the right people, they will know what to do. Some people may have to be begged, even as a sacrifice. Please, come and run this. Yes, you come and run this position, maybe for a year, for 2 years. The guy was talking about Tillerson. Trump brought Tillerson.
Yes.
He was maybe CEO of one of these high, and he helped to shape the economy. And people told me when I was in America about 2 years ago, when Trump was campaigning for a second time, and I said, Trump, Kamala Harris, is Harris. He said, no, he cannot be Harris. I said, why? He said, under Trump, I was able to acquire 3, 4, 5 properties. That's what they told me in Atlanta. Wow. That because the economic policies he had then opened the avenues for us, to prosper. And that when Biden came, they closed that. Because they saw this man was coming from industry. He knew he was coming as a businessman. And he opened the
economy too.
The economy. Biden has spent about 30 years in the Senate, closed. So he did. So he said, my children can go and vote Kamala. Maybe they like the color of her face. He said, but for me, I'm going to vote Trump because I want my business
to expand.
To expand. So if you bring Elumelu and just
for example,
just say, oh, Elumelu, come and be Minister of Industries, or come and be Minister of
we'll
this.
See a difference.
You will see a difference. He may not pay the man. He can't make billions the way he's making his billions from.
But it will make an impact.
But it will make an impact. So that's just where I'm going, madam.
Daddy,
that I know what is happening.
If I may just put a balance to it, right? And I've studied economies of nations, and I've studied it to a very reasonable point, and where I can actually speak about it. And I've studied it everywhere, and maybe Daddy will agree with me. And thankfully enough, Daddy was a frontline gubernatorial candidate in this city, in this state, so he understands the configuration and the technical biology of our state. So let me, and I can say for a fact that there is no country in the world that politicians build. Politicians don't build economies. Let me say it again categorically. Politicians don't build economies.
We've said
everywhere,
it before.
now, and everywhere that you've seen growth, from Singapore, in fact, let's look at countries that have moved from third world to say developed world, right? Or that are actually on their way to meaningful growth. One of the things they focused on is the growth of their SMEs and the creative industry.
And unfortunately,
now, this country, unfortunately, we're not focusing on the SME. I think last time we had anything.
In fact, they are the most hit. They are the worst hit.
I'm also an SME owner. Currently, I have about 3 businesses, and I know the challenge I'm facing. Apart from the manpower challenge, and I keep saying it. Now, when you say that Nigerian youth are lazy, I think that the proper context to be that our people are not interested in that work. They like fast money. Nigerian youth like fast money, and you cannot completely blame us. It is because of the poverty level. I have younger boys, younger sisters in our institution that they tell me that Egbomi at 200 level, 300 level, 100 So it's a poverty problem, and the balance here is the fact that if government don't start encouraging persons, see, I have said it everywhere that there's something they do in NYSC camp. It's called SIDE system. Skill acquisition and entrepreneurship development. It's bullshit. It's nonsense. You cannot be teaching people liquid soap in 2026. No, liquid soap. Liquid soap. It means that you are not configuring their brain for greatness. They are not being exposed to proper things. Daddy was talking about robotics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, computer analysis, data sciences. That's what the future, that's what the world is going to. So I look at people saying they have studied banking and finance, and I'm saying, even you, when's the last time you entered the bank?
In fact, there was a conversation I was involved in at some point. If I have the opportunity to be at the NUC, there are some courses I will scrap out of university system.
No, funny enough, the word is not even scrapping. The word is modifying them to meet up with global requirements. Because in the actual sense, everything is evolving, including banking and finance. So don't scrap it. Just ensure that it meets up with global requirements. Number 2 thing I need to say again about SMEs is the fact that I think the last time, and this is not being political, please, I'm not talking like PDP here now. I'm speaking as a forward-thinking Nigerian youth that genuinely loves Oyo State. Now, this is it. The last time we had anything meaningful to say, this is one is for SME, was when we had the UWIN project, the UWIN program, under Jonathan President. UWIN and GIS, Graduate Internship Scheme. If you're a graduate with 2-1, there are a lot of companies that are registered with government, and government pays you. That's when I started these ITF and things like that. So I'm actually saying that there's a lot for us to do as a nation, and unfortunately, this is the greatest bother that I have. If you pick 10 youth, pack 10 young persons, and I'm speaking from practical experience here, 10 youth who studied in Ife, studied in the UI like myself, studied in Ilorin, Port Harcourt, Unilag, LASU, that they were trained by this Ninu Ola economy. That our mothers were tailors, they are mechanics, they are organizers, they are teachers, and then the money they make from those trades or those businesses, those professions, is what they used to train us to Unilag and send us to UI and Ilorin. Once we graduate, our next plan is that I want to go to England. I want to go to America. You know why? Because the first law of nature itself, everybody thinks about survival first. Definitely. So how do I go to Ife and then I have a 2-1 in Ife and say sociology, or say, let us not use let's use a course that is very practical, say physiology or pharmacy, and then you understand that there's a better place opportunity for you to thrive in Canada. You don't want to stay down here because you want to thrive.
Definitely.
And so I've sat down with the men, and this is a fundamental problem that the country is not looking at. 8 out of every 10 youth graduates wants to leave this country. Yes. And you know why? Because they are no longer seeing hope.
You're talking about graduates. Even secondary school students, they are already having it at the back of their mind.
Because they are losing hope in the nation. And you see, when the future of the nation has completely lost hope in what that future holds, we are joking, no? Some of my friends that will say, okay, about 2 years ago, about 4 years ago, 2022, there was this serious jackpot syndrome. Yeah. People were leaving the country 2022, 2023. Serious jackpot. And then, since last year, there's been a jackpot syndrome. A lot of places are coming back, gradually coming back. And when I genuinely ask them, they tell them that, Mike, we love this country. We just don't love the way it is being run now. Nigerians genuinely love this nation. See, I've had the privilege to go about places, and when we really sit down Nigerian youth, they want to come back home. But what are they coming back to?
Nothing.
Coming back to an economy that does not encourage.
Prof wants to say something.
No, the balance is that the balance there is the fact that the current setup stifles creativity, and this is why we must thank governors like Sanwo-Olu of, not an APC person,
Lagos.
but you must thank Sanwo-Olu of Lagos, Seyi Makinde of Ibadan. They have allowed creativity to thrive in their states. Look at the kind of look at the skit making industry. Look at the social media industry. Look at the front line in these industries. And look at what they are doing, what this government is doing to support them. Either in Lagos and in Oyo State. And it's because that is where the future is. I'm aware that the Oyo State government, about in the last 7 years now, we've had about 4 tech events. 4 tech events. Laptops were shared, knowledge was shared.
Now, what is the percentage of youth that those largesse reached?
Okay, so that's another fundamental problem, sir.
Okay.
Now, so I sat down with some persons, and then I was saying,
because I am privy, privy to the fact that
I want to say something.
It is you people, the politicians
involved.
You give us the numbers, the names of people.
No, that's not true.
It's not general. It doesn't reach the people who need it the most.
That's not true. See, Daddy will still talk, and Daddy will agree with me that the challenge we have. No, Daddy was Subeb chairman, right?
Yes.
And Daddy was one of the, apart from Dr. Nure, who is current chairman. I think
I'm aware.
Daddy was
I covered a lot of these programs.
Administrator, and you'll agree with me that one of the things that has actually permitted us in this nation is that we are not. Our civil consciousness is very low. Young persons don't like they don't like governance. They don't like politics.
I won't agree with you, Mike.
I'm going somewhere, right? I'm going somewhere, and where I'm going to is the fact that when you sit down and look at people and say, "Tell me," when I tell people what the government is doing for youth. Or just governments now doing for young persons, and then they say, "How come you don't know? How come? How am I not aware?" And I'm saying, "I'm sorry. I'm sure that if I genuinely ask you and say, who is number 3 on German Bundesliga, you know. Who is number 4 on Hollandia League, you know.
Syria.
How do you put attention to the thing that also concern you, and you're not able to pay attention to where your money is being spent?" So what has happened to us is that Nigerian youth have confused politics with governance. You don't have to like politics. My wife, let me tell you something. Last election, my wife voted for Sowore. My junior brother voted for Peter Obi. My own wife, Ms. Ogunshina, voted for Sowore. And you know that's me. I'm not Sowore. I'm not there at all. But because of the fact that I believe so much in governance, you don't have to like my politics. But we must agree on how we want to be governed. We must agree. And it's a real issue in this nation. Real issue. Nigeria, you don't like governance. We are too interested in politics.
Because over time, over the years, I'm speaking for the masses right now. Because over the years, we have not been able to decipher where does politics end and where do we take governance from? We have mixed everything up.
It has helped us to reduce in Oyo State now. You've been able to reduce trust deficits between the government and the government. Because now you really can understand that the government now has a face to everything we do. There are places that will go to, and people say, no, it's a local government chairman. So now, gradually, and this is why you cannot say that our democracy is not working. It's actually working though. People are becoming conscious by the day. There are people that I went somewhere, one of our honorable member, that we just gave tickets to. I went somewhere, and people are saying, any Koliwole, kò lè wọlé and I'm saying why kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ mọ́ now in fact ìjọ yẹn gan àdìbò ele fún ele àdìbò ele fún ele ni àti mọ̀ bòdì and that's where the challenge is. Our democracy is getting better. People are becoming conscious
and aware.
And this is why we must thank our fathers and people like Prof that has made a lot of sacrifices. For I'm mentioning Prof. I know him. I know him, and I know the kind of labor himself and Magaji Soja Adejumo what they have done for us to have this kind of stability in our democracy in our state. And I'm very particular.
So we are going back to what Madam said, that democracy, she actually scored democracy D5. Yes, that's a C5. That's a pass mark.
I agree. We are not there yet, but we are actually not doing badly. Compared to many other African countries, we are not doing badly.
You see, you are scoring democracy. But not scoring governance.
No. Yes. Not governance. Our governance is bullshit.
Was the question.
Governance is actually bullshit in this country.
You see, what I said so is that this aside, about 4 years ago, a minister at that time, I was with him in the company of a traditional ruler. Unfortunately, the ruler is dead now. He's one of the foremost rulers from Osun State. And the minister was asking me if I would want to work with him. And I said to him that no, I want to work with the administration, not directly with him. And he said, in what aspect? I said, governance. That's how I'm going. I said, governance. He said, Prof, no, I want you to work with me. If you want to work with governance, that means, I said, yes, I don't want to. I said, I would like to work with you. But if I'm involved in governance, I'll be able to shape how your ministry functions. Are you getting it now?
So he doesn't get it.
He didn't. Yes. So he's still continuing saying, no, I want you to be with me in this ministry. I said, if the governance is wrong, there's nothing we can achieve in your ministry.
Definitely.
But if you do have the capacity then to get me involved, then get me involved in aspects of governance. If I go with you to the ministry, we're just going to make money and deliver nothing. We will make money, personally, selfishly for ourselves. I said, but we will not deliver good governance because governance flows from a higher level, down.
Systemic.
Yes, it's a systemic thing. And that is where we really need to get the youths to be more proactive. Don't just say they are depriving us. Bring solutions.
True.
Demand. Make your demands. Because some people, because of age and all of that, will not be aware of the current trends and current realities. But since you are aware, don't be silent. Don't be quiet. Push your ideas. Push forward. You may not know this, but people in leadership, even when they are not able to do much, they still read, they still listen, they still know. When it is persistent, then you will start seeing some changes. But if you withhold your grievance, your grudge to yourself,
it doesn't help.
Yes, it doesn't help. That's why I keep telling people that it doesn't matter. Push out your ideas. If you have a line to your chairman of your local government, you have a line to this. Don't just say, this chairman is bad. Gotten show that. Send what you believe should be done. By the time you escalate it, if you run a race like that and you even achieve 10%, 20%, that is still something. It's progress.
Yes.
But don't hold your grudge, your grievance to yourself and think that some angel Gabriel
will come down from heaven.
Even angel Gabriel that was sent to Daniel, the bandits. One angel was sent. God said angel Gabriel to Daniel.
Prince of Persia.
Yes,
hijacked it.
The bandits hijacked him. They abducted him. The only person that cannot be abducted is God. You know, there are principalities that cannot be. So don't
now,
keep it yourself.
Prof, you said something that local government chairman is not doing anything. These are people we elected into power. Once they get there, you have no access to them again. So through which channel do you channel your grievances?
No,
We talk so much on air.
Let me speak to that. And from because I'm in government, right? And our party is in government. And
You are in government. You are not in politics and government. Now you are mixed the two together. You are in both.
I'm in both. Yeah. So this is it.
He's even in two parties.
Because he's wearing a cap.
PDP and DPM.
All right. So this is it, right? Truth of the matter is that, and this is where I disagree with a lot of my young friends that tell me that Michael, see, let me tell you, there is nobody on earth that denies a valuable person access. There is nobody on earth. Person access. Let me explain that to you. Let me
So there are
explain to you.
some people.
There are
During
times
election,
when-
you see these masses as important and valuable.
No, let me
but
explain
when
to
you
you.
get into power, they become not
let
valuable.
Let me explain that to you. On many occasions, I have some friends that I have a lot of friends who are current serving local government chairman. A lot. And then when you tell them that Baba you be call Baba only Michael Baba you to what come ní ẹ̀mí àrùn báyìí ẹ̀ máa rún yẹn fẹ́ tó rówó lẹ́ẹ̀ máa rún alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ tó bá pè mí lẹ́ẹ̀ máa rún báyìí tó bá sọ̀rọ̀ carnival ó lè sọ̀rọ̀ football kìíní kan ó lè kàn sọ̀rọ̀ and you see but I realize that I tell people I say okay nobody could be call àbí jẹ́ kí mi pè and Michael what's up kìíní kan mọ́ ní ẹ̀gbọ́n idea yìí báyìí ó ní idea that make sense èmi kò mọ̀ like idea yẹn ní báyìí lónìí ó ní àbọ̀bọ̀ yẹn okay ní kò mọ̀ àbọ̀ báyìí and then we do it. But most of the time, our young persons must understand, number one, presentation. Again, capacity. If somebody, I know, okay, let me tell you, the next governor for your state by the grace of God, or by the grace of God.
Please.
I'm not campaigning.
I'll bill you for that.
I've not campaigned. I said one of the time we're discussing, and then we're talking about value proposition. He was saying that, Mike, what is important for us is that we must always look at things from the point of genuine value proposition. When people come around and look at all of these persons, okay, we are done with politics now. We are done with elections. We want to focus on deliverables. We have KPIs, right? And want to deliver to the people. We must find people who will be willing to work with us. And beautifully enough, in this studio today, that day was a gubernatorial candidate. You understand what I'm saying to you? He was Subeb chairman. He knows people that will come to his office and say, Baba, if I the contract yaga, if I the contract and then you understand there are people that will come and say, Daddy, how do we review this curriculum? How do we make school accessible to our children? How do we ensure that our kids go back to school? Right? So most of the time, this access, see, the fundamental rule of life is that if you are loaded, you will be needed. Regardless of your age or your
Michael Gushino, let me say this as we try to close the curtain on the program this morning. This capacity building you say you organize as a government to young people. What do you teach there? How do you get the participants?
Okay, I love this question. Number one, where we can have youth, we have organized youth sectors like the NYCN. You have like the Nigerian Youth Congress, like the NYIC, like the church youth system, the Islamic mosque youth system, like the youth groups in political parties, different political parties, like the student communities. Do you understand? And then where you can find young persons. I was a youth leader, and my responsibility was to mobilize youth for my political parties. So what do? We find where we can have cluster of youth or people who have influence among young persons, engage them, share the vision with them, and then they come around and they do it. That's simple. So what do we teach them? We teach them modern realities that Daddy was talking about. And I'll not stop saying this too until our fathers and mothers really understand that the world has evolved. We are done with our lower age. We are done. We cannot be using our lower concept of model in 2026. No. There's a spirit of this season. There's a culture of this season. There's a demand of this season. When Awolowo was alive, there was no TikTok. There was no Facebook. They didn't have all of these things. We have evolved. So
there was no telephone.
There was no
mobile phone.
There was no mobile phone. There was no internet. Right? These things are moving very, very fast. And that's what our fathers must understand. And that is what our young persons in Africa must also arise. I was talking to a friend who just got back from Guangzhou in China. And then he was saying that So I realized that since he came back from China, that he's been unusually restless. So I said, Ogafa, I said, Michael, what's Jawale? I said, what are you saying? He said, Michael, we are far behind. Far behind. The world has left us behind. I said, no. They've not left us behind, though. They have not. We only have to prepare for this. And I'm sorry I'm using those too much. We have to prepare for this new order. And the fact is, the world has evolved. Again, the balance there is that leadership is not about age. I have met young persons with very primitive mindsets. And I've met old men, people who have advanced in age, with very amazing mindsets.
Foresight, yes.
Foresight, people who can reason far. So I'm saying that the word knowledge, it's the know and hedge. Once you know, you have an hedge. That is, I was here last week, and I took a tour of this building. My God.
And it's a knowledge hub.
Jesus. If you look at what they have in this building, sir, you will really be, and you see that, why is government not adapting what they have knowledge hub here? Look at the smart hub. I was there. I was very amazed. I was surprised at what they're doing here. And in Ibadan, of all places, Ibadan, our own Ibadan. So that's what I'm going to. The government will really understand that things have evolved. We are now in AI. Children, my little toddler, my 3-4-year-old son, understands when you give him either my iPhone or my Android.
He knows where to go.
He knows where to find YouTube.
Yeah, so that is why we need to revamp our curriculum.
We have
to sharpen the creativity. You see, it is not sufficient to say this is what you want to teach today. You should be able to tell the child, go home. When you are coming tomorrow, come with an idea. Because creativity brought the world to this high level development.
It's a global school
It
now.
was creativity of the Wright brothers who say, birds can fly. Okay? Why can't humans also get into the air? And the Wright brothers tried a contraption which actually flew. And 15 years later, they were using these contraptions to fight the First World War. First aircraft was used in First World War. You Ibadans had drones in the 18th century when they were fighting the Yoruba War.
Please describe that kind of drone.
You will see that if you see the crown of even Olubadan, our warlords or then in Lanku, they went with a pigeon on their shoulders to war. They went with pigeon. They were using those pigeons as drones to go and spy enemy camps. Ibadan, the wars Ibadan won. Ibadan won those wars by strategy.
Yes,
not by might. All the Osogbo were defeating Fulanis.
So what
drones.
we need right now is strategy
Our people
for
have
young
used
people.
drones 200-300 years ago, and we let it just
fly
until the Chinese started, until Iran started building.
Your last one, Mrs. Kevin Balogo.
Thank you very much. I think we are going to be better. We are.
You have been optimistic from the beginning.
That's me. Yeah, we are going to be better. It just takes the next generation to know where to go. It just takes the next generation to know where to go. Less anger, more force.
Less anger, more force.
Then we need to beg our leaders to do the right thing at the right time, to stop using our fund to get exotic cars, houses, estates, and all that. They should invest those funds
into
on
something
us.
meaningful.
Yes, on the youth. Then give us few years. Then you will see
We'll
that
transform.
you yourself will have something to fall back on, and we ourselves will have something to fall back on.
Government must invest
Thank
more
you so much.
in governance.
Yes.
And less on frivolities.
Thank you, sir.
Governance. Nigeria first.
Mike,
For
lastly.
me, it's simple. Young persons, strategy over skill always. Strategy over skills always.
Strategy over skills. Now, Mommy said we just need to work more. We are on the right path. You are a firm believer in Nigeria, in the Nigerian project. Thank you. That's women for you. We are optimistic, we are forward looking, and we don't believe anything is spoiled. All right. I hope you've had a wonderful time. I did. I've been educated, I've been enlightened, and in fact, I have hope in the Nigerian youth coming from Mike Ogushino's perspective. Thank you so much for coming to the program. Mr. Sheyi Daini, thank you so much. Then Mrs. Kemi Balogun, thank you so much for being on the program. Professor Soji Adejimo, it's been a very wonderful.
I hope we won't encounter you next time on CNN. If I see you on CNN, I will be angry with you.
Don't worry, you are safe. Even if you see me on CNN, you are safe. All right, thank you so much for joining us. It's Oxygen FM 96.9. The conversation has been on democracy, and our focus has been on youth, young people. Let us rise to the occasion. Don't stop allowing them to believe we don't know what we're doing. It's a strategy over, what did you say, Mike?
Skills.
Strategy over skill. It is not enough to have skill. How do we channel our skills into profitability, into good governance, into a better Nigeria? My name is Tolu Adekpoju. Thank you so much for being on the program. At the top of the hour, it will be time for the news at noon. Please don't go away. Don't go away.
Your community. Your radio station.